of the funnest matchups of the World Cup so far we saw in Group E, where Ivory Coast took on Ecuador in a fabulous game of football. And don't get fooled by the scoreline if you couldn't watch the game. It ended just 1-0 to the Ivory Coast, but this game was a proper game of football. Two fairly evenly matched teams, albeit Ivory Coast had just about the edge given the attacking firepower they possess in their ranks. But Ecuador, we know, are an extremely solid and resilient side. Had a brilliant run throughout the World Cup qualifiers to get here, and again, there's some sensational defenders in their ranks. But this was a seriously fun game. A game where we saw the woodwork rattle 4 times, twice by Ecuador in the first half, where John Yeboah as well as Alex Minda hit the crossbar, rather unfortunately for Ecuador, but they played some bright stuff. That was the one concern I had with Ecuador coming into this tournament, as highly as I rate their midfield and defensive capabilities. Moving forwards, their options are limited, and goal scoring is a bit of a question mark. There is still heavy reliance on captain Enner Valencia, but he is aging, he is 36, so it's not the same. But on the other side for Ivory Coast, it is a highly dynamic side and one to watch out for me in this tournament. I really like the look of them. There's a reason why I had them topping Group E. They're a seriously well coached outfit. You look at their team, you look at their roster, how many of their players are established playing across some top clubs in Europe. And again, moving forwards, the options they had is serious quality. You know, Nicolas Pepe didn't even have the brightest game, but just to give you some names, you have Amad Diallo, El Yabahi, Bonnie, Yan Diomande, and there's a luxury of options that Les Elephants have in their ranks, and they more than made use of it. Again, Yan Diomande, we have to have a quick word, absolutely sensational. He tore Hincapie a new one, absolutely done him time and time again, got Hincapie's ankle snapped on multiple occasions, and I thought he was just incredible. Again, at 19, his decision making, his game awareness, his final end product, be it a final ball, a pass, a shot, it is always on point. And to imagine that just 2 years ago, he was playing college soccer in the US, and now he's 2 years on, he's starting for Ivory Coast in their first World Cup 2026 encounter in the US. It's an incredible story, and Diomande is just rising to be one of the most elite young sensations in Europe. Also, a huge shout out for me for Wilfred Singer, who was sensational at centre half, and he happened to move to right back for the last 5 minutes of stoppage time, and that made all the difference. He went on a marauding run after having a seriously fantastic game at centre half. The engine he has, the ball carrying capability he possesses is one of a kind, and he played a fantastic ball for Amad Diallo, whose cute, deft touch ensured that Ivory Coast get all 3 points. What a fantastic game of football, what a sensational advertisement for World Cup. You know, this is what it's about, two teams having a proper go, an end-to-end open game. Really could have gone either ways. On another day, had Ecuador not hit the crossbar twice, they could have got a result, and they have a good value for it, to be fair to them. They competed really well. But Ivory Coast, I always thought had too much quality in their ranks, and that shone through at the end. So, Ivory Coast and Ecuador fans, let me know in the comments below what you made of this sensational game of football. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and follow for more World Cup related content coming your way.